things that you experienced in 2011 was a precursor to some things that God was saying that he wanted to do for 2012. A precursor is a thing that precedes before. In other words, you were in a preparatory place. You were in a place that God was preparing to bring you into this next season that you and I are about to go into. Some of you have complained about 2011 and you don't understand that that's a foundation to bring you into a new place. You can't base what you've been through over the last few months to determine whether or not God is saying what he's saying for 2012. And this is why he's saying that there has to be a generation of people that come out of their emotion. It's not about how you feel today. He said, I'm a God that calls those things which be not as though they are. So if he calls those things which be not as though they are, that means God is always dealing with you as they are. That's one of the reasons why he didn't kill you when you wanted to die. That's one of the reasons why Elijah said, kill me, and God said no. Suppose God wanted to kill you when you wanted to die. It's been a foundation to bring you to a particular place. He said David's life became a foundation for Solomon to build a temple. Solomon couldn't have built a temple just because he came into existence. It was what David laid that caused Solomon to build a temple. And let me just drop this baby right now. He said 2012 will be the year of embrace. 2012 is going to be a year where God is going to cause you to embrace purpose, to embrace destiny, to embrace dreams. He said the prophetic gesture for 2012 will be this. Your effectiveness is not built on how you feel about yourself. You can't box me into your feelings. Because when I drop something, I drop it in your spirit. Anytime it's in your spirit, it's all, when it comes from me, it consumes feelings, because feelings can't measure up to what God's going to do in the spirit. Because in the spirit it's big. In the spirit, you're more than a conqueror. In the spirit, it's enormous. In the spirit, it bypasses your mindset. In the spirit, it bypasses your intelligence. In the spirit, it bypasses your educational levels. In the spirit, it bypasses your financial capacity. That's why you see it when you're in prayer. That's why you see it when you come to church. Because the context of the church is to bring people back into the spirit. To bring the people into a place where they can see it as they once saw it before. And it's been a never-ending story in the church. People have been coming to church, going back and forth, and keep seeing it in the spirit when they come to church. But when they go home, they miss it, they lose it, because it sits back on the emotion. And this is a season and a time that God says you got to put the emotion in crucifixion mode. He said, but listen, there are things that I'm about to do that even though you won't embrace it, it's about to embrace you. Has God ever put you in a place and you had no choice in the matter? Has God ever put you in a position where you had no choice but to say what you had to say, do what you're supposed to do? Has God ever pushed you out there? And this is the season where God is going to place some of you on a ledge. He's going to say, you got to go no matter what. I have need of you right now. Despite your feelings, we got to do this thing. Despite how you think, what you've been through, what you think is possible, can't happen, won't happen. He said, I'm about to bring you through. But I do give you a promise, and this is a prophetic word for somebody, that if you take care of my business, God says I'm going to take care of yours. If you're willing to go, I'm about to bring you out. If you're willing to go, I'm about to make sure you pay. In Genesis 35, that when Rachel was pushing the baby out, she tried to name the baby. She called it Beniel, son of her mourning, son of her shame, son of her pain. And Jacob came over there. He won't be called Beniel, he'll be called Benjamin. You're not gonna name it in the place where you've been, and some of you named it. You wrote yourself off. You came to church because you were dragged to church. You came to church because you want to buy fire insurance, but you named the place. God can't do nothing else with me, but the devil is a liar. God's about to set you up for a miracle. God's about to set you up to be used. I said the devil is a liar. You're in a perfect place to be chosen and handpicked by the living God. And the problem was she named it just a little bit too early. But Jacob understood, my son has destiny, my son has purpose. Therefore, he's not going to be called the son of pain. He's going to be called the son of promise. His name going to be Ben Look at somebody and say, I won't name it. And if I name it, I'm about to rename it. If I wrote myself off, I'm about to rewrite it. I'm about to rewrite the script. I'm about to rewrite the resume. I'm about to believe God despite my emotions. I don't care what the devil says. I don't care what it looks like. I don't even care what it feels like. I don't care what my emotions say. I'm about to dwell in the presence of God. If that's the only way for me to believe, I'm going to live in his presence till I crucify every lie inside of me, till I crucify everything that says I can't and I won't. I gotta crucify this because I'm on my way to go see the King. 2010 means it says completeness and divine order. It's unity. It means perfection. It means, okay, listen, as I close 2010 out, 2011 is about to be awesome based on 2010. You walked into 2011 believing it's going to be perfect, and it was for hell for some of you. You walked in 2011 believing it's going to be complete, but it was trouble for some of you because what you didn't understand was 11 means disorder and imperfection. When Jacob was returning to the Holy Land, he had 11 sons, but Benjamin wasn't born yet. 11 means disorder and imperfection. It could have seemed like he was in promise, but there was still one more to come. Benjamin, he came to complete the house of Jacob. He came to the altar, and when he came forth, the number turned from 11 to 12. So now the house of Jacob was complete. But I want you to also notice when he came into 12 and he had 12 sons. Tap somebody and say 11 is going to fight against the 12. Even after Benjamin was born, one was sold, bringing Jacob's house back into 11, which means disorder. Look at somebody and say, don't sell your son, because anytime you go into perfection and you go into perfect in government, 11 fights against the 12. And God told me in the realm of the spirit that this is a birthing year. This is a year where the spirit is bidding, where the spirit of God is pregnant, where he's trying to bring forth 12. And some of you are going to go into 12 and you're going to embrace 12, but 11 is going to try to embrace your 12. In the book of Acts, Judas hung himself and caused the incompletion of the 12 apostles, bringing the apostles back down to 11. And then you find the apostles shooting dice to try to get a 12th apostle. God says 11 always wants to give birth to 12. So don't ever go back to a place of disorder. And that's why God says you have to come under this anointing and get into grace, get into power, where you can spring forth and go into the year of the embrace. I'm about to embrace it like I never embraced it before. I'm about to come to my expected end. Someone say yes.